This is FE Peer Review. The date is the 5th of October 2023. Obfuscation and how to shut down dialogue. We're going to look at a short clip from Godless Engineer, and then I'm going to share with you a few thoughts that it inspired that I left in the form of a comment on his video. But before we do that, I just want to briefly read a few notes here that I made, and I'm just going to put my notes here on the screen so that I can just get through them correctly. I don't know the person speaking in the video, the caller who's calling into his program, and I don't have enough information about this caller to justifiably assign motivations to him. I cannot state that these are his actual motivations, but I am going to use his words as an example of the kinds of things people might say who do have the motivations I'm describing. So my apologies in advance to the guy in the video. This is not meant as a critique directly at you. Also, I've said in other videos, religion is not a topic I cover. My use of videos with religious topics is to demonstrate certain kinds of dishonest or deceptive debate tactics that are frequently employed. These tactics can be used in any debate setting, any debate subject, but since most of the debates and discussions that I watch center around either flat earth or religion, and since most flat earthers aren't clever enough to use refined tactics of deception, I end up finding my best examples from the religion videos. So here's a very brief clip from Godless Engineer's channel. Do check him out if you're interested to hear more. The conversation is very interesting. And of course, there's a link in the description.
Is calling in, and Andrew, what's up?
What's up, gentlemen? How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Awesome. Happy Monday. Yeah, my point is, it's arrogant to say that God doesn't exist. Like, we weren't there during the beginning of the...
This was my comment on his video on what the caller had to say. Quote, "It's arrogant to say God doesn't exist." For the sake of argument, I'll grant the point. In that case, it is arrogant to say that God does exist as well. So the result is that we all need to be wishy-washy and surround every statement with qualifying phrases. We can't just simply state opinions directly or state facts directly. We're being arrogant if we do that. All this serves to do is make dialogue less productive, more confusing, and cumbersome, which is precisely what the caller is trying to do, make it more difficult to talk about the subject. On the other hand, I don't grant the point. It is not, quote, arrogant to state an opinion clearly and unequivocally. In fact, it gives people with good counter-arguments precisely the opening they need to challenge that statement. But again, this is probably what the caller wants to avoid, because he probably has no good counter-arguments and knows it. A bold, clear statement on your part leaves him in an exposed position with people watching him, expecting and waiting for his rebuttal and not receiving it. So if you encounter someone in a debate who's trying to put you into a corner and say, you're speaking too authoritatively, like, you should be couching everything you say and, well, it's my opinion that, or it seems to me that, doesn't it seem to you that, that kind of dialogue is really an attempt to quash the productivity of the discussion. Call it out for what it is and continue to push forward with clearly stated opinions if they're opinions and facts if they're facts. And be prepared, of course, to share the evidence. That's my little tip for the day. Be interested to hear what you all think. This subject of debate tactics and rhetoric I'm finding more and more interesting as I listen to more and more of these conversations. It's oftentimes more interesting than the subjects of the debates themselves, listening to the way people use language to try to trip each other up rather than get to the truth, whatever that is. Okay, enough. I'm going to start meandering now. So I'll say have a great day. This is FE Peer Review.